Welcome, everybody, to the league. It's week 10, and nothing's really changed too much from week 9 to week 10. Um, Week 9 was pretty crazy. Almost everybody put up over 100 points. The only team that did not put up 100 points was not the Cartel. More on that a little bit later. But every team in the West won except for the Vietnam Voyagers, and every team in the East won except for the Midlands Mothmen. What was that? Not the Cartel, you say? That's right. The Cartel have won a game, and they did so by putting up, well, 120 points, which is pretty good for the Cartel. And they beat not some garbage ass team. They beat the Charleston Trolls. And one of the biggest ups is I don't know. Is it up it's upset of the year? Is it the biggest upset ever? I don't think so because of what happened with the Trolls in that game. Their team has literally been just decimated with injuries. But I mean, it was only 11 points. It's definitely top 5. Might be top 3, I would say, because I mean the Trolls were coming in fucking hot, and the Cartel obviously not. But I don't know. I'd say it's up there. Y'all tell me your rankings. I got it at somewhere in the top 3, but I don't know what number 1 is. I can't remember, but I know this one didn't blow my socks off like something else. But anyways, the Cartel are now not winless, which is great. So every team at least has one win this year. And in the South, it's still just bunched up there. You still got two teams at 5-4. One game back are the Tiger Sharks, and one game back on them are the Quailmen. So it's still anybody's race in the South. In the West, it's starting to split up a little bit, and the East has been just a two-team race the entire time. So yeah, it's still going to be very interesting to see who gets in the playoff. Let's get into the power rankings. The, nothing has changed in the bottom 6. You got the Miami Cartel. They're still at the bottom. I don't care if they won. Good job, but you're still 1-8. Keep it going if we can. It's yeah. And guys, we have to like this week, like before next week, we have to figure out the um the draft pick situation. I think we had it last year, right? If it was correct, I can't remember. So let me know if what we did last year was better than was good or not, and then we can change it or not, or look into it. Anyways, but yeah, because the Cartel are looking for that number 1 pick because they desperately need it. They need as many picks as if I was the Cartel, I would be selling everything because that team is just so bad. It's not like one or two or even three guys are going to save that team and make them viable. They need everything. If I was them, I'd be selling everything and then either maybe getting one or trying to get one, cornerstone guy that's still like a rookie or 1 year in type of thing to kind of build around. I mean, Bryce Young ain't it. And they have Daniels though, so it's pretty good. Sell everybody else if you can for whatever and get some shit, or start buying stuff now. That's what I would do if I was the Cartel. Coming in at number 11, you still got the Quailmen. Um, I mean, they lost to the Cavs last week in a tough 14-point game, but they're still here at 11. Coming in at number 10, you got the Midlands Mothmen. Oh boy, uh, mm, tough loss. I mean, this team showed up. This team had not. This team has just been so fucking weird all year. And the coach talked to him, said, "Hey guys, we got to show out," and they did, and they still lost by a field goal. Not even a field goal. One and a half fucking points to the finesse. Mothman, I don't know. They gave it all. They gave it all, and they still lost. So it's tough, but Good times are ahead for the Mothmen. This is one of those years where it's just like they're just losing shit randomly. It's like unJoe ball is the Mothmen. They're scoring a shitload of points and losing, as opposed to Joe ball, which is scoring no points and still winning somehow. So yeah, the Mothmen's are the anti-Joe right now. I think they will regress to the mean next year, not this year. They're fucked this year. Coming in at number 9, you got the Joe Balls, and we know what they've been doing. Yeah, they got to win. They beat the Tiger Sharks. They did some stuff. They scored a lot of points, but you still got to show some more to get some more love here. Coming in at number 8, you got the Voyagers. Still, again, like I said, the bottom 6 have not changed. The Voyagers took a loss, but again, like I said last week, and I will keep saying, the Voyagers will not lose another game this season. We're going to go into the playoffs at 9-5, either at the top of the West or taking that wild card spot. I'm calling it now. Coming in at number 7, you got the Guantanamo Gorillas, and good God, they only put up 87 and lost. Yeah, they lost to the Rune Dogs, but when you say we're gonna beat the Rune Dogs, bam, 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 we're gonna fucking kill them, and then you go up and you lose by almost 100. Oh my God. The funny thing is, right when the coach tweeted this out saying, we're going to fucking show the world, the game had not kicked off yet, really. And then about, I don't know, 10 minutes later, the Rune Dogs were already up by like 5 touchdowns. It was incredible to see. And the Gorillas just, this team, I don't know, man. It's just slightly better version of the Tiger Sharks. Speaking of, Tiger Sharks, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. They're staying here though. So actually, I guess the bottom 7 haven't changed, but this has changed. Coming in at number 5, the Charleston Trolls. They lost to the Cartel, and they also just lost half of their fucking team. Okay, half of their team is dead. They're still leading the Central, okay? But Drake London's a little bit hurt. Dak Prescott out for the year probably. T. Higgins is out for what? Fucking an indefinite amount of time. Isaiah Likely is just kind of out all the time. Micah Parsons is has been out basically all fucking year. Rashid Rice on IR. Brandon Ayuk on IR. Chris Olave on IR, and probably not going to return the rest of the season. This team is fucked up. I mean, holy shit. This is one of those times where it's like, yo, they might actually benefit immediately from taking guys from their taxi squad, but then you look at the taxi squad and nothing really stands out. So, yes, the Trolls are leading the South at 5-4. The Gorillas are also 5-4, and the Trolls still have almost they have a 200-point lead on the Gorillas. But man, all those injuries, I don't know. They might start to slide, and this is where I would think the Tiger Sharks see this opening, or the Gorillas, and just try and jump the Trolls while they're fucking hurt. I mean, they're hurt. Half of their team is on IR. I mean, we had 3 IR, so no one had this many IR slots or had to use up their full thing last year. I know that for a fact. No one did. And I was actually thinking about decreasing the amount of IR spots this year to 2. It was just, it was rumbling around. Now I remember why we have 3, because good God, this team is just crippling. But if they can still manage some wins, they can sneak into the playoffs, and maybe some of their guys can get healthy, maybe. But I don't know. It's so many injuries. It's too many injuries. But we'll see. We'll see. Coming in at number 4, moving up by default. Nothing else. Nothing else. You have the LA Finesse, and yeah, they're 6-3, but they haven't really put up, I mean, they've put up, 1,100 points, but so has most of the rest of the league. The Finesse have they're literally just like their dream team, the Kansas City Chiefs. They're just squeaking by and succeeding somehow every single week. Um, this luck will run out. I know it will, but for now, they're sitting at number 4. Coming in at number 3, you got the Columbia Dumpster Fire. They're also 6-3. They've put up a shitload of points, and Jamar Chase just put up 50. So that's pretty cool, man. You love to see it. Again, this dumpster fire team is that scary, scary team where their floor is still like almost everyone else's. This is their floor. This is everyone else's like ceiling is like here. But at any given moment, the dumpster fire and the Rune Dogs, okay, can just boom, I mean, out of nowhere end shit when dudes score 50 fucking points like this, and there's only a few guys in the league that can do it. And Chase is one of them. But yeah, Dumpster Fire is still here. They're still a contender team, tough to deal with. Coming in at number 2, you have the Cameron Cavaliers, of course. They've been leading the West, I think, basically the entire year for the most part. And they've just looked fantastic. It looks like they have not struck gold per se, but they've struck good with Drake May, because that's all this team needed was them, or was Drake May to just be serviceable. Like, okay, anything in that 12 to 20 range is good enough for this team to get some wins, because this team is playing hard for their new head coach, and they're playing fucking well for their head coach. And now they got a new rookie quarterback, and they benched Justin Fields, and he's doing enough, and this team is still getting wins. They're 7-2. 7-2. Again, this same team last year I think was 2-7. This is nuts what this coach is doing. Coach of the year. Who the fuck else is it gonna go to? Who? Even if Mandy wins the whole thing and blows everybody out, I still think head coach Cavaliers, old Chunks, is coach of the year right now. Leading candidate right now for sure. And of course, number 1, you got the Rune Dogs. You got the Dogs. Yeah, they're still fucking kicking ass, taking names. They're 8-1. They're just donkey dicking motherfuckers. I mean, they just beat the the Gorillas by 100 points last week and put up 183. I mean, this team is unreal and very, very scary. So we'll see what they can do. Let's get into the matchups. Matchup number 1. You got the 3-6 Titans Elite at the 1-8 Miami Cartel. This is a game that no one's going to really tune into. It's already kicked off, and the Titans Elite are up 51-4 at halftime, and it should be a Titans Elite blowout, but we'll see. Vegas has only got it as a 30-point win right now, so we'll see what happens in this one, but who really cares? Matchup number 2. You got the French Quarter Quailmen, 3-6 at the 4-5 Vietnam Voyagers. The Quailmen off to a rock hard start against the Voyagers. The Voyagers traded Joe Burrow to the Quailmen 2 weeks ago for Kittle, and of course, in those 2 weeks, Burrow has put up 29 and 31 points respectively. Fantastic. So trade's working out great for the Quailmen. So Burrow's put up 31, and then he had Bateman put up 14. So the Quailmen are up 46-0 at the end of the first quarter, but it's still giving the Voyagers an 11-point spread right now. And like I said, we're not losing another fucking game all year. Matchup number 3. You got the 4-5 Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks at the 6-3 LA Finesse. And right now, very low scoring game. Right now, it is just 5 to 3 Tiger Sharks late in the first quarter. And this is still a very close game. The spread in Vegas has got the Finesse by 4. So basically a touchdown spread, or no, actually only a 1-point spread there. So this is going to be a close matchup, a lot closer than people think. And again, the Tiger Sharks, if they're going to win the South or the Central, whatever, for the first time ever, they have got to win this game. With the Trolls reeling, the Gorillas just getting donkey punched last week, the Tiger Sharks are right there to come in, swoop in, and take the Central. But they have to win, and I'm rooting for them for no particular reason. Matchup number 4, you got the 5-4 Charleston Trolls at the 6-3 Columbia Dumpster Fire. And with Dumpster Fire's win last week, they rocked the All Oranges last week against the Voyagers, picked up the win. This week they're doing it again. I think they're just sticking to their roots the rest of this season. They found their identity because apparently some dudes like Jamar Chase can put up 50 in 1 quarter. So and they're playing the Trolls, who are just so dinged up right now. This is fucking insane. I don't think I've ever seen this. The Dumpster Fire have only had Jamar Chase play. They still have 11 guys to play out of the 12. They are projected to get 175. Now, I know that's probably not going to happen. It could, it might, but I've never seen a projection that high after so few amount of players. Like, yeah, he put up 50, but some people can do that. Just like Dan's guy put up 46, or two of his guys put up 46, but he's still projected 118. Whereas the Dumpster Fire, one guy, 50 points, projected 175. That's fucking crazy. And the Trolls, so this is a 50-point spread right now. So if I were you, I'd be betting on the Trolls to cover that spread. I think they're gonna lose, but by 50, they got more dignity than that. So we'll see, but it's going to be a tough one for the Trolls, and it might be tough the rest of the year. But let's get into the rivalry game of the week. You got the 2-7 Midlands Mothmen at their older brother, 5-4 Guantanamo Gorillas. And this is the rescue mission for the Mothmen. They got to go in to Guantanamo and rescue their head coach and bring him back to Hickory Grove. And by doing so, they have to lose, because the only way that the head coach can get out of Guantanamo is if they win the belt. So this is a tough spot for the Mothmen. On one hand, do you want to win to not look like pieces of shit and suck asses all year? On the other hand, do you want to save your brother from mutilation all year? I'm sorry, forever, until the end of time. It's going to be tough. But the Mothmen do have a 14-point spread right now, and the Gorillas, after last week, you don't know what you're going to get out of this team. You have no clue. It could be 80, could be 180. Who knows with this team? And honestly, the same thing, you kind of know what you're going to get out of the Mothmen. You just know that they're going to lose. So knowing that, I think the Gorillas magically pull this out by scoring a shitload of points. But we'll see. The Gorillas are up 18-16 at the end of the first quarter. So it's a close game. It's going to be close. These guys know each other, have known each other since birth. So yeah, it's going to be a fucking close matchup. We'll see. Could be a slight upset, though. We shall see. On to the game of the week, and this is game of the year, in my opinion. Holy shit. You have the 8-1 Long Island Roondogs at the 7-2 Cameron Cavaliers. Right now, the Roondogs are up 15-7 late in the first quarter, and it's giving the Roondogs a 20-point spread over pretty much the second best team in the league. That just shows you how good this Roondogs team is. But again, Cavs have only lost twice. Only twice. And this team just they find ways to win, but can they do it this week? It's the Rune Dogs. This is the ultimate pressure test for these guys. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know who to go for. I don't really know who I'm rooting for. I guess I'm rooting for the Rune Dogs so the Cavs can lose, so I can, take that West spot like I said I'm going to, but I don't really know. I might be rooting for the Cavs as well, just because, man. Cinderella stories warm your heart, don't they? Let's get on to the predictions. P-Man and his spawn made the picks. And she made most of the picks, assistant coach. And she picked... hold on. Let me back up before we get into the controversy. Rico picked last week. Thank you, Rico. He went 3-3 with his picks. We are now 34-20 at a 63% on the year, which is just where we were last year. So we got to get better, guys. Come on now. But yeah, anyways, Lily made the picks this week, and she picked the Titans Elite over the Cartel. Not an upset. Picked the Quailmen over the Voyagers. I'd call that an upset. She picked the Tiger Sharks over the Finesse. Upset. She picked the Dumpster Fire over the Trolls. Not an upset. It's not an upset. She picked the Mothmen over the Gorillas. That is an upset. Why is this here? We got to move. This has to go here. But yeah, I would say that's an upset as well. So, Lil Lily, upset city. So, I agree with half of these picks, but we'll see what happens. Let's see how she does. I don't know how you spelled Lily, so that's why I didn't put it in the video. I don't know if it's L-Y or L-I-E or 18 L's and 5 Y's. I don't know, man. So I didn't put it in here, but let me know and I'll fix it for next week. But yeah, we'll see how these picks turn out. Oh, and she picked the Rune Dogs over the Cavs, which, I mean, it's so easy even a baby can do it. Because, I mean, who the fuck is going to pick against the Rune Dogs? I bet you Coach Chunks would. Let's get on to golf. And speaking of golf and Chunks, he is at the top. Hold on. Speaking of, yeah, baby. Fuck them Canes. So, hold on. Where's my golf sheet? So, holy shit. Chunks shot a birdie. Dan shot 3 bogeys. This is my manic golf notes, guys. This is what this shit looks like, alright? Every single week. Not every week, but yeah. Mandy, though, shot 6 birdies. And that brings Mandy from 2 under all the way up to 8 under. Why are you not focusing? There we go. Whatever. But yeah, Mandy's now at 8 under par. And she's right on. I mean, that was out of nowhere. Again, this is anybody's race. Chunks is still in the lead, 12 under. P-Man at 10 under, which is crazy. I've never seen a team be so good in golf, yet their record be so bad in the real fantasy. That just shows how deadly P-Man's team is. They're just getting unlucky or not coached well or something. I don't know. We'll find out. Mandy, again, got the 6 birdies. Now she's up to 3rd, only 4 strokes down now on the lead. Graydon sitting at 4 under. Dan, I think, got a bogey or 3, so he's now at 3 under. E-Man's at 1 under. Had a very good week himself. I think E-Man got, I want to say 3 birdies or so on the week. Myself and Hunter sitting back at even. We're just right where we fucking started. 9 weeks in. After 9 holes, we're still just dead even, but whatever. Rico's at 2 over, Joe at 3 over, Matt at 6 over, and Sam getting a bogey to bring himself to 9 over. So he's flirting with the double digits down there. I don't think Sam's going to be able to dig out of that hole. I mean, even if his team was doing well, the other teams would be doing better. So, and he wouldn't be able to get any birdies. So we'll see what happens. But that's pretty much it, guys. yeah, don't forget, again, trade deadline is Thursday night football uh, this week, this coming week. So get your trades in, get them in, all that kind of shit. If you have a trade, but you want to wait or some kind of bullshit, if there's some kind of weird shit that you want to do, message me and we can work it out or whatever. We can figure out the way to whatever. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, good luck, assholes.